Alright, today we're going to do a review of the NZG Terex RT130 crane. This is the first crane in my collection, and in all reality it's a very good model. I highly recommend buying it. It's hard to find. I bought mine for $140 off of eBay. They usually retail for about $170, $180. So we'll go ahead and start with some of the features and detail, mostly detail on this part of it. I'll start around the back here. I guess we'll start with the undercarriage body. This review will be a little longer than normal, but just bear with me. Got a lot to go over. First thing I noticed about this model is that the tires are, well, they're enormous first of all. They also roll really well, and they're actually very spongy. I'll give a little, if you can see that movement there, that's all in the tires, nothing else. It's pretty cool. It's nice that they made them really realistic. I'm coming around to the back here. Actually, this is the front of the carrier. The crane would run this way when it's traveling. But on the front here, it looks like they got this little tow hook for the hook block to connect onto, but they didn't really. It's just casted in. You can't actually use it. And you've got some other, warning stripes and whatnot, and of course your stabilizers, which come out. You've got a lot of ladder access rails along here. Got some here, you got a little mirror here, another mirror. You've got some step ladders here, and I can't tell what these, I can't figure out what these are. I'm not sure what they are, but I don't know, they're detail. And up here you got a tank. I imagine this is the fuel tank right here. And then coming around to the engine compartment, over here you've got an exhaust, air cleaner, a little radiator, and of course you got more stabilizers on this end of the machine. And the steering of the tires, all of them steer to a reasonable degree. They do catch on the car body when they're at full tilt. You can even do crab steering like this. I'll quickly show underneath the model here. Underneath you have your drive axle for four-wheel drive, and it's not super exciting under here. It's not like it's a model to be displayed underneath. So I'll go ahead and go back up. Probably get all my hook lines tangled now. It did fall off. Okay. Anyway, that's what the carrier looks like. I think it's a pretty well detailed carrier. We'll go ahead and go over the car body of the crane. Starting with the counterweight. Really, I think the counterweight on this crane always looked small to me. I don't know, it's a 130-ton crane, so it just seems like a small counterweight. As you can see, they got the counterweight all modeled there. And you get your two drums up top. You got little plastic hydraulic lines going to them up there, and then they go into this compartment here, which I assume houses some of the hydraulic detail. I don't know if it comes off or not. I've never really bothered with it. And then you got your fly jib attached here on the side. One disappointing feature of this model, I'll try and show it here. One disappointing feature is that the jib, when it folds out here, you notice that it's connected to the end of the main boom here, and so whenever you extend the boom like so, you can see the jib comes with it. So if you want to try and make the jib stay connected to the main boom here, it can't stay here and be connected up here. That's one disappointment about this model. Even as I speak, it's causing me problems. But really, it's a minor flaw. I mean, you can get around it. You can live without it. So, and then coming to the other side of the car body here, You've got your cab, and it's fairly well detailed inside. I don't know if I can show you inside. Try. But inside there you got some basic details. You got your seat, steering wheel, joysticks, control panel. It's pretty well detailed, really. Alright, then on to the crane boom itself. Up top here it looks like you get a little stringing device. I'm not really well versed in cranes. If somebody can tell me what that does, that'd be great. Of course you got both your drums, and then you have your winch key. You're supplied with 2 winch keys to work the model. Both of them are the same. It doesn't matter which drum they're coordinated with. But you got it. It connects on both of the winch drums. This is the winch key. And then that operates the, whichever hook you want it to operate. Onto the hooks themselves. It's nice that the model came with both hook blocks. It's something that's often neglected to be done. So you got your you got both the multi-sheave hook block and you got the headache ball. One disappointment about this model is that the cable used in the model is very thick. It's very thick cable, so when you run it around this hook block here, it tends to pop off the sheaves. It's very hard to rig. That's why I only have it rigged up 3 times around. Of course, the whip line with the headache ball is pretty easy to rig. It's got a 7 or 5 sheave block on it, but I can't to actually send it around that many times is very difficult, and it's quite a headache. I tried to do it and it was driving me insane. So that's the hook block, and then of course the hook itself. It can swing from side to side like so, and then it can also rotate 360 degrees, which is nice that they did that. Just a nice little feature. I think really the block is properly sized for a 130-ton crane. So anyway, that's it for details. The cylinder on this model, we'll go ahead and go over that, is very stiff. It's nice that they made it nice and stiff. It holds the boom in really any position. One thing is that it's kind of weak at about that angle right there. It seems to be a little bit weak at that angle right there. But once you get it up to full height, it becomes very stiff. Right about there is when it starts becoming really stiff. So it makes it nice, gives a nice function. Anyway, that's it for this. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like fully erected. Alright, this is what the crane looks like all erected here. So we'll go ahead and show you the boom heights and whatnot. I got my tape measure out here. Go ahead and show you the main, the extension boom without the jib, what the max height is. As you can see, it's roughly 41.5 inches to the sheaves, the main sheaves there. And then if we want to go all the way to the top with the fly jib all extended out and whatnot, it's roughly 58 inches tall. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's roughly 58 or so inches with the fly jib all the way out. And anyway, that's what it looks like with the boom all the way out. This model is I'd say it's a really good model for cranes. I mean, I'm not real, like I said, I'm not real well versed in cranes, but it's a pretty solid model. It's well built by NZG. I mean, they build good models. So anyway, that's all for today. Make sure to check out some of my other videos and like me on Facebook. Thanks.